So the wind has definitely picked up a little bit, and I'm just checking out my app on my phone here, and it does look like it is kind of a west wind and probably getting close to around somewhere 20 kilometers per hour. It's a little breezy, nothing crazy, but still nice and warm. It's about 21 degrees out. We're just headed downstream again here, about to pass by Sloop Cove. Was a little busy here earlier, but now it seems to have died off again. Not hearing much vocals on the speaker either. we go. Caught me by surprise, a couple of whales popping up behind us. I was staring right out the back of the boat too and didn't see him until he just kind of came up to the surface. There we go, a couple more here now. Well, at least 4 it looks like. They're just swimming underneath the boat. Hopefully they're in view of the cam right now. See 1 or 2 still directly behind my pontoon on the starboard side. And then actually they crossed over a little bit, the other one's on the port side. And it looks like another adult and juvie coming up behind them. The one that just surfaced is a good example. They've got some of that dark pigmentation along the dorsal ridge. You'll see it's kind of like a, almost like a trim just around the edges. And there's a mom and calf. Several whales a little further back that haven't approached us yet, but they're swimming behind us just too far back probably for the on deck and the underwater cam to see. Hear a bit of vocals down there. got some more showing up. I did actually notice we cruised through the tide line there. Seen them blow bubbles, and it looked like kind of we're getting more of the tea color. And looking back, I could really see the line, the blue. That's the tide heading back out. So that river water we were talking about before is starting to overtake the river again, the estuary here, and it's pushing that nice clear water from the bay back out into the ocean. We're getting close to that time too, where we're gonna have to head back in, so I'm kind of headed back in the general direction of the port right now. We'll go for a few more minutes and see if any more whales happen to pop on over, and if not, then we'll make our way back to launch. We're still mid-morning here in Churchill. It's coming up on 10 o'clock now in the morning, and yeah, it seems like it's going to shape up to be a nice day. I don't actually mind the breeze. It's nice and warm still, and the wind will actually keep the bugs down. So those little black flies that are still hanging out, and the mosquitoes, we seem like we're getting maybe a second wave of those as well. This wind will help to keep them down for the day. I've been talking with some people that have been coming up from down south, tourists, and a few guys that are working at the shop, and they're quite happy to be here right now. It sounds like at home, well, southern Alberta, we're getting in the 40s, and it's been the last 3 days, I think they've hit 40 degrees Celsius. And then Winnipeg, it's been super hot too. The guys we had out on the boat yesterday, the film crew, they're from California, and I guess the heat's been unbearable there. Oh, we got a big pod showing up. And it sounds like they've got some crazy wildfires happening as well. Hopefully they're able to put those out. They made it sound it was the biggest that they've ever had, possibly, bushfire. Yeah, now we're getting some really murky water. I could see a faint silhouette of a whale behind the boat right now. Hear another one coming up for air behind me. It's actually worked out well today now with this west wind. I'm going to be riding with the waves all the way to launch. Usually it seems, oh, getting some, maybe a beluga biting the camera there. Usually I'm fighting the waves all the way back and getting all splashed and soaked, but not today. Also, Cam Up Greg just posted, it says the heading, or headline, 3 of California's biggest fires ever are burning right now. So not just one, it's 3 of them. Wow. I thought I'd heard, well, last year, I think they were getting out of, they had that drought, that ongoing drought, and it sounded like they got some rain and were starting to pull out of it, but this year it sounds like it's been hot and dry down there. I'm starting to get too climatized up with this Churchill weather. If we do get those days where it's in the 20s, or man, we've had a few in the 30s, I'm just not able to tolerate it barely anymore. Almost got to go jump in the bay. Yeah, another visitor. Well, I think I'm gonna get this cam up and we'll start venturing back to launch.